Hey there, welcome to week 1 in the Iron Blueprint. So at the beginning of every week, I'm going to shoot a face video. That's what the first video in every single week is going to be, regardless of what we're talking about, because I feel that going through a program with only PowerPoint presentations and audio, it gets pretty lonely and impersonal. And part of coaching you and part of helping get results is working with you personally. So I want to connect with you a little bit in these face videos, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's why I'm going to be shooting videos face to face at the beginning of every single week. There's no special reason, that's just why. Now, let's talk about the matter at hand. This video is the most important video in this entire program. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you a hashtag that I would like you to post in the group. And whether you post that hashtag or not is going to tell me exactly how you're thinking, how you're approaching this program, and really going to tell me whether you're going to have success here or not. And when you come into this group and you start doing things in this list I'm going to talk about, I'm going to respond with this hashtag back to you in the group. I'm going to respond to you with this to point out that you're doing the exact things that are going to not get you results in this program, the things that are going to destroy your ability to get results in this program. And this entire video, if you do not watch this first video, you will not get results. I guarantee it. If you do not watch this first week as well, you will not get results. I guarantee it. So what I'm trying to say right now is watch this video and watch the first week. And at the end of this video, go paste that hashtag in the group. This video does not have a play bar as well. All the other videos will. I realize that's stressful. That's because I need you to watch this video in its entirety. It's that damn important. Because if you don't watch it, you won't get results. So how are you going to get results in this program? The most important way to get results in this program is to not do dumb shit. That's it. And there's a very specific list of dumb shit that I see that when people do it, they will not get results. And what I like to call this is being a Mothman. Let me explain what this means. So for the longest time, there's this rainy period in Dallas, and I have a garage right here. And my brother-in-law actually came and he parked his motorcycle in my garage. Then what happened is he accidentally left the garage door open. There was a ton of moths. So a ton of moths flew in there, and the whole entire garage had moths in it. It was terrible. I know this is very glamorous. Can't you wait to replicate this amazing lifestyle I have? That being said, I had to find a way to get rid of these moths, and so I got a big old bug zapper put on top of my car, and for a week straight there was just this pop, pop, pop as moths kept flying into it. I'm totally overanalyzing this, but let me explain the life lesson I learned from this. So I would constantly see moths flying into that, and the moths could clearly see their buddies. They could clearly see other moths even hitting it and exploding, and they would still fly into it. And I thought to myself, why are they doing this? Why is something that they want to do having such a negative impact on them? And then if they can see the negative impact it's having, why do they keep doing it? Now, the obvious answer here, because they're stupid bugs, of course. But let's look at this in a bigger picture kind of way. So these moths right here, the path of least resistance, the thing that their instinct tells them to do, the thing that's easiest to slide into, which is fly into the light, has a very negative impact on them. And what this should tell you, the moral of the story, is that the things that our body tells us to do, the thing that our instincts tell us to do, the things that our thoughts tell us to do, are a very poor indicator of what's actually going to make us happy and get us results in life. If you can think back to all the things you've been tempted to do, or ways you've been tempted to operate, or how you behave as a person, you can probably recognize a lot of patterns that you do that give you negative results, but you keep doing them. And they make you unhappy over time. You see people, they don't like being fat, but they keep eating cake. Why? Because that's the path of least resistance. They're being a Mothman. They're flying into the light. What is easy. And if you default to what is easy and what your knee jerk is to do, you're more than likely going to be flying into a light and straight into a bug zapper. And so the most important key to getting results in this program, or really with anything, isn't going to be doing something excessive, isn't going to be doing something overboard. It's going to come from recognizing when you're doing dumb shit. It's going to be recognizing when you're being what I like to call a Mothman, which is a person who defaults to something that is natural and knee-jerk to them, just like those moths. And you saw when they fly into the light, something bad happens. And that's why I call these type of people a Mothman. And if you can spot these habits as you're going through the course, you're going to be able to go out there and stop these habits, and that's what's going to get you results. If you just avoid these things, you will get results with this program. So I want to go over the couple things that you need to never ever do, and if I see you doing these things, I'm going to scream a very specific hashtag at you. I'm not going to explain what you're doing wrong. I'm just going to yell the hashtag at you, and if you don't get what it is, which I will explain in this video, it's going to become very clear to me what type of person that I'm dealing with. And I'm going to be like, hey, you need to go back and watch this video. I'm not going to shame you publicly or anything like that, but I'm going to be like, I know exactly why you're not getting results here and why you're struggling. Go watch this video right now. I know you skipped it. So let's go through these things. And also, I just want to point out that when I talk about these things, the way to go and get results is also to do the opposite of them. So I'm going to tell you things you should never do them, and then do the opposite of them. So the number one way I can tell a person is not going to get results, it's very clear. They don't use the Facebook group. They don't ask me questions. They don't attend the live Q&As. I know without a shadow of a doubt, when my customer support person talks to a person who's struggling, or they're not understanding the course, or they're not seeing the benefits right away, it's because they're not using the Facebook group. Every single time it is that. That is bar none the greatest reason why people fail in any program. Look, the most important part of this program is the community of really smart people that are in the Facebook group. Everyone in there is spending a ton of money on ads, running businesses, successful entrepreneurs. More importantly, if you're interacting with me or attending the live Q&As, that's going to prevent almost every problem you're going to run into. There's so many pitfalls, and your journey is going to be very unique. It's going to be very unique. Your business is a unique fingerprint, so there's no way just going through this course is going to get you the results alone. You can't do it in a vacuum. And so if I don't see in the Q&As, I don't see you posting in the group frequently, that's the number one sign that something is very wrong here. So I'm telling you, use the Facebook group, like go absolutely nuts. I know you might be a successful entrepreneur and you think you're above using a Facebook group and participating in coaching. That's the silliest mistake you could ever make. Never, ever, ever do that. Go in the Facebook group as soon as this video is done. And introduce yourself with the hashtag I'm going to give you at the end of this video. Number two, this is another huge sign next to not using the Facebook group. Skipping around. Look, I understand when you come into a course, your knee-jerk reaction is to skip around, sample a bunch of videos, and try and pick up a few little snippets here and there. This is not how that is going to work. That will not work. I promise you that will not work. And if you go and snip around, there's no 15-minute interval in this course. There's no 15 minutes of content that's going to change your business. This is also another huge indicator we're going to talk about in this week, but if you can't sit down and watch an hour-long video that breaks down everything I'm doing in my business and take the time to actually understand it and take notes, that's probably why you're not seeing the type of success you want to see in the areas you want to see. Because you can't sit down and do something that requires discipline and focus, and that's a whole other problem right there. That being said, we can talk about that later. The most important thing is if you skip around, it will not work, because the reason why my ads work is something that goes on in the business structure. It's the way I set up my product. It's the way I design my product. It's the very specific headlines that I use on my landing page. It's how I structure my emails to inbox. There are so many little chunks that go into the entire process of what happens after the ad that if one of these is out of place, it's not going to work. For example, if my inboxing of my emails on my funnel were out, the funnel would not work. You would not be profitable. And if you skip around the videos, you're going to miss stuff like that, and then the funnel is not going to work. You remove one or two things from the funnel, it doesn't work. It's going to completely break down. So if you just go and skip straight to ads, you go and say, all right, cool, what's the script he's using in the webinar? It won't work. You could take my script, put it into a webinar or a funnel, and use it perfectly, execute it perfectly, and it will not work if you're missing how to set up your headlines on your opt-in page, or how to deliver on your retargeting ads, or how to go and make sure your support people behave in a very certain way when people join your program. It's going to snowball into something that just won't work. Watch every video with intent. I promise you, it won't work if you don't do that. If you do watch the videos, every single one, it'll work easily. It's very straightforward and clear to understand when you do that. Number three, see it all the time. People come into a program with ego. Why can I say this? And one thing I want to point out right here is all these mistakes are mistakes I've made as well that have stopped me from getting success. Look, I see people come in here all the time. They have a successful business. They made some money. They might be making a lot of money. They might have made some money in the past. They might be making a good amount of money right now. I don't know. But they come in here and they think they know better, and they think that they're like this level of high tier marketer right here, and they don't need to go and learn all little steps. They can just skip around. They can just do things their own way, and it's going to work out. That's not how it's going to work. It's just not. And I've gone into programs. I've tried to do things my way. And what you're going to discover specifically in this week, that most people's way is a disorganized mess of undisciplined, unfocused, garbage work. And the only reason it works is because of talent. And a lot of people think that I'm talented and I'm so smart that I don't have to run my business in an organized way. I don't have to structure things. I can just go out here and willy-nilly apply stuff. And I'm so damn good and smart because I've made some money right now that I can just look over things. And the thing I want to point out right here is that, look, if your net worth's not over $100 million, you probably have a lot to learn about business. You have a lot to learn about business. So let's step back for a second. I'm not telling you how you should think or how you should view yourself, but you need to come into this and just assume that you know nothing and you're here to learn. If you come in here with the mindset that I just know better and I can just skip around, you're going to miss stuff, just like the email stuff that I talked about before, just like the little tiny things. It's not going to work, and your business is going to stay exactly how it is right now. And the goal is to change how your business works. So again, drop the ego. Don't assume you know anything. Just come in this with an open mind. Apply everything. Now, number 4. Here is the big thing, and this week is also very important on this. I can tell a person's not going to get results if it takes them forever to apply something. So, for example, when I'm building a funnel, I can film the entire webinar, get all the ads up, get all the retargeting, get all the follow-up, everything in about 3 to 4 days of about 12 hours a day, just boom, 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 boom. I'll bust out 40 hours of work over 4 days, 3 to 4 days, and just that's it. It's done. I can get things done very quickly. Now, I'm not saying look at me and how long I work and how fast I work. What I'm saying is that I'll see people come into programs and it will take them 2 months to make a damn webinar. If it takes you 2 months just to go and film a webinar, if it takes you 2 weeks, if it takes you a week after getting the script to go and write your first webinar and film your first draft, it's not going to work because it takes you too long to apply anything. You cannot be a slowpoke in business because people are moving very quickly and you have to beat other people. And if it takes you a month to get your first webinar out, man, it is going to take you a year to get that webinar right. There are so many refinements. There's so many things that go into it. And for example, the webinars you're going to be seeing that a lot of this is based on, and all my webinars, my most successful ones, I've rewritten about 10 times. I've filmed them at least 20 times. I put thousands of hours into writing and filming and making webinar funnels. And the reason why I'm able to get success is because I'm constantly able to keep attacking and attacking it. Now, you're going to be able to cut a lot of the testing and experimenting, but if you're not able to go out there and attack this and apply it very quickly, you're not going to be moving fast enough to make the adjustments needed to go and get results, and you just won't get results. So when you go into this, you need to be ready to sit down and put in, 8 to 10 hours a day of work into your business and really get after this. If saying, oh man, I don't want to put in 8 to 10 hours a day, it's going to be hard. Okay, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to be an efficient person. I'll be talking about this in this week, but you have to be able to apply things very quickly. If it takes you 2 months to get a webinar up, it takes you 2 months to get a product up, this is not going to work. Okay, so when I see in the group and I see this happening, I'm going to yell this hashtag at you right away. It's so easy to spot. Finally, the last thing, and this is going to be combined with 2 things, is you resist painful changes in your business or you don't take criticism well. So let's talk about these 2 things. If your business is not doing the numbers you want it to do right now, it's because something's wrong. It's because something's wrong. Maybe the niche you're in is wrong. Maybe the way you're building your products is wrong. Maybe the way you're running ads is wrong. Maybe just the entire business fit, the product market fit is just terribly off. And a lot of times to progress in business, you have to destroy things. You have to move backwards a little bit. You have to stop doing a lot of things. So for example, in my business, I had like 6 businesses running at one time. And in order for me to really move on to the next level, I had to destroy almost all of them. I had to just say, nope, I'm not doing this. I had to cancel partnerships. I had to tell people, hey, I'm not running these ads anymore. I just had to let businesses that were making money die. And the result was, man, my business is 10x because I was able to go all in on one thing. That's an example of a painful change. A lot of times I'm going to tell you stuff in these programs, or I'm going to tell you things in the Facebook group that are not the easiest solutions. They're not the way to move forward without losing anything. And if you resist painful changes in your business, you're going to stay exactly where you're at right now, because usually getting to the next level, and the reason why you haven't gone there, is your resistance to pain. Okay? If it was easy and pain-free, you would have just done it. So first things first, when you learn something in this course, or I tell you something and you go, oh man, it's going to suck to do that, that's probably the indicator that you're actually moving in the right direction. Pain is going to be the indicator that you're moving in the right direction most of the time. The next thing is they don't take criticism well. Look, if you want me to tell you what you want to hear and you want to pay me to tell you what you want to hear, that's fine. We can do that. We can set that up. You just let me know if you want me to do that, and we can go set up a whole entire other program where I just tell you how great you are and how well you're executing on your business every day. I will accept that money all day long. However, if you want to get results in your business, I'm probably going to have to be honest with you. The quickest way to get your results is just to tell you the things that you're doing wrong. It's to tell you, hey, this right here is dog shit. It's not going to work. And if you could just say, oh, okay, if Alex is saying it's dog shit, it's probably not because he wants to insult me or because he wants to make me feel bad. His goal here is to get me results. The problem here is probably because it's dog shit. So for example, in my companies, I used to have an ego a couple of years ago. And if employees said, hey, the things you're doing right now, all the new features you're pushing onto your software, all the new features you're pushing on the Hyros, these things are dog shit, and they're badly organized, and they're making the developers' lives hell. Now, back then, what I would do is go, oh, this is silly. The result is, a lot of dog shit kept getting pushed through, and things would break, and things weren't working well. And the result was I would take a lot of L's. I'd take a lot of losses. But when I finally realized that the key to moving forward is brutal honesty, my whole entire staff can tell me very ugly things all the time. They can say, Alex, you suck at this. You are bad at managing this. Stop doing this in business. The result is all the dog shit gets removed, and we don't have any dog shit. And so if you want to come into this program and you don't want me to be honest with you, you're not going to get results. And if you can't accept honesty, you're not going to get results. And so sometimes in a group, I'm going to look at your ads and just say, this is terrible. Why is it taking you so long to apply this? This ad is terrible right there. There's no effort behind it. This webinar looks like junk. This product right here has no allure. There's no one who would buy this ever. If I can't do that with you, then you will just go and keep marketing products that no one will buy ever. So accept the criticism. And so here's this all summed up. First off, use the Facebook group. 2, don't skip around. 3, don't assume you know anything. 4, don't take a long time to apply this. And then 5, go headfirst in the painful changes and accept honesty and criticism while I'm coaching you. And that's it. If you do these things, you're going to have incredible results and you're not going to be a Mothman. If you can spot these things and say, I recognize what I'm doing right here. I recognize while this feels good, I'm moving this direction towards the light. I realize exactly what I'm doing right here. And I understand exactly I'm going to get zapped. You're going to stop yourself from doing Mothman-like things, and you're going to get results. It's going to be so easy to get results. So that being said, the hashtag I want you to post in the group right now is go directly below this video, go over to the Facebook group. I want you to introduce yourself. It's very important. It's very important. And at the end of that post, I want you to put hashtag Mothman to let me know you got to this point in the video. I guarantee you, I will do this. You will see this in the group. There will be people that don't watch this video. They invest in this very expensive program, and then they don't even want to watch the first video in the program. Can you see how that would correlate to not getting results? That's like signing up for race car driver school and then skipping the introductory class where it tells me how to turn on the engine. So I want you to go post hashtag Mothman in the group. And when someone's being a goof troop, I'm going to go find their first post in the group and I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to say, you didn't watch the video, you silly little goof. Go back and watch the damn video right now and stop asking me why you're not getting results when it's taking you 3 months to make a webinar and you haven't watched the email inboxing delivery video that is the key to getting people to attend your webinar. This is why you're not getting results, you silly hashtag Mothman. I'm going to just post it right there and I'm not even going to respond half the time. I'm just going to put hashtag Mothman and link to this video. So go introduce yourself right now. I would love to meet you. If you haven't posted yet, post hashtag Mothman and let me know you've gone and seen this video. And now let's get down to week 1, which is all about the mind and how to go out there and absolutely crush it. If you just apply this week and ignore everything else, this is going to be the most important thing in this entire course. You won't believe me, but I guarantee it is. So let's begin.